All right, Shalom. This is gonna be a short lesson. I just wanted to shed some light on this whole hell subject real quick. I'm just gonna get a handful of scriptures and then we're gonna call it the lesson. So of course I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. But the first scripture we're going to start off with is the book of Jonah, chapter 2 and verse 2. Now we're all familiar with the story of Jonah. He got swallowed by a whale. So this is Jonah speaking from inside the whale here, and I want you to pay attention to what he says. It says Jonah chapter 2 and verse 2, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Yahweh, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heard my voice. Now my question would be, if anywhere in the scriptures it mentions hell, that it mean if you, according to you guys, Christian church, if it means actual hell, place where people burn forever, well, did Jonah go to hell then? Because I thought Jonah was in the belly of the fish, at least according to the story. If you read the entire book, right, which will only take 10 minutes to do, if you read it, he clearly was in the belly of a fish, but he called the belly of fish hell. So how do you guys get around this one? This clearly proves that when the Bible uses the word hell, it means a condition that is played out on the earth. Okay? When you see the word hell in the Bible, it either means a condition that's played out on the earth or the grave. Okay? That's what the word hell means in the Bible. There's no such place as hell where people are burning forever. That's a false doctrine. And again, I speak from experience because I myself was brought up in the Christian church. Okay? So I was brought up under the impression that there was a place called hell. Okay, so I speak from experience. Um, let's see. Let's get Revelation chapter 20 and verse 14. I know it off the top of my head. It says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So wait a second. How can hell be thrown into the lake of fire if I fall according to the Christian doctrine that the lake of fire was hell? But it says that hell shall be thrown into the lake of fire. So how do you Christians get around that one? And the answer is you can't do it, because the lake of fire in Revelation was just talking about it was really referring to America after America is destroyed. John just didn't know what it was, so he just saw, yeah, it looks like a lake of fire. That's what John saw, man. Okay? He didn't know what it was, so he just described it that way. Okay? But the lake of fire is referring to America and the future, and hell is just talk about suffering. That's why it says in hell, death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. Yeah, the pain and suffering for the children of Israel was cast into the lake of fire, which is America. Okay, which is a final captivity for the nation of Israel, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Lord's chosen Israelites, or I should say the Lord's chosen people. Excuse my words. Let's see. Let me think. Let's go ahead and get this. Oh, slacky about that. Okay, this is the book of Psalms chapter 9 and verse 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget Yahweh. So, once again, we see that this is talking about a condition. Okay, the nations shall be turned into hell. What is happening in America right now? This is a great example. America has been turned into hell. Okay, into a state of suffering. Okay. Oh, and that's why when you read what is that, Revelation, the 16th chapter, one of the angels said, Babylon the Great, she has fallen, she has fallen. But it happened before the destruction of America. And how is that? Because America has fallen from that great seat of power that it once had. It still has the influence over the world. It will until it goes down. But America isn't as, this place can't really flex like it used to. And we're just sharing the facts, man. Everybody can see this now. That's what it says in, what is that? I believe it's Isaiah, the 47th chapter. It says that the nations shall see her nakedness. Yeah, and the nations are now starting to see the nakedness of America. Okay? Which we're not going to get off onto that topic. That we'll save that for another day. The point of the matter is very clear, man. America is being turned to hell. Just this morning, I turned on the news, and I was watching what they were saying. They was talking about unemployment has went up to, there's about, I want to say, 6.5 million people right now who are unemployed, who recently this week lost their jobs. And that's just in this week alone. 6.5 million people. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, and that just shows that this place is going down, man. Okay, that shows that. So yeah, I'll read the scripture again. Psalms 9 and 17. The wicked, they shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget Yahweh. Yeah, so the nations, and really, as I said, specifically right now, America is being turned into hell, a low condition, a state of suffering. Okay, the people of this country are in a state of suffering right now, man. Okay, that's why they call it a state of emergency. Okay, or in this case, a national emergency. Okay, but yeah, this pretty much wraps it all up, man. I mean, this is a very simple breakdown. I mean, you could go to more scriptures. A good one for an example would be what about the book of 1 Samuel chapter 28 and verse 19. If you're familiar with it, if you read the book of Samuel, that particular chapter, basically King Saul went to a witch, or a sorcerer, or whatever word you like to use, to try to raise the spirit of Samuel from the grave, and they did it successfully. But the main point I'm bringing this up is because of what Saul told. What Samuel told Saul. Samuel told King Saul that tomorrow you and your sons, you're gonna die with me. You're gonna die in war, and then you're gonna all rest with me after you're dead. Now wait a second. King Saul was a wicked man. Okay, if you read it, it said Samuel told Saul that the Lord had departed from him because the Lord didn't want to deal with Saul anymore. Okay, so yes, now Saul is not in the favor of the Lord. So if you're not in the favor of the Lord, I thought according to you Christians that means you go to hell then. Right? According to the Christian church. So Saul isn't in line with what the Most High wants. The Lord ain't dealing with Saul anymore. So Samuel told Saul that tomorrow when you die, you and your sons, that you're going to rest with me. So why is a wicked man being told by a righteous man that they're both going to rest after they die? Which, again, Samuel was already dead, but he told Saul that because Saul was going to die the next day. Okay, but the point of the matter is, why is a righteous man telling a wicked man that they're both going to rest together after they die? If according to the Christian church that there's a separation, that one goes to heaven and one goes to hell. And I'm not going to put that on all denominations, because some actually teach a place, I believe they call it purgatory, which that's actually correct. Because the book of, the book of Job, the 3rd chapter, says that the good and the wicked, they rest together after death. Okay, so that they are actually correct on that. Okay, it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes that that everybody goes to the same place after you die. Okay, and matter of fact, I don't know the verse off the top of my head, but the scriptures say in Ecclesiastes that the spirit of a man goes upwards to the Most High, but the spirit of an animal goes downwards. So are animals going to hell now? As I said, man, once you truly understand the whole book, which again, I'm one of the few people who actually have read the Bible front to back, including the Holy Apocrypha. So a lot of you guys that want to talk shit to us, like something, a lot of you guys really never even read the Bible front to back. All right. I want to say over 85% of Christians never ever actually read the Bible front page to back page before. They've never done it. Which again, you have some people who know stuff about the scriptures who actually will receive salvation without it really even reading the whole book. That's true. I'm not going to argue with that. Scriptures speak about having faith the size of a mustard seed could still lead to salvation. Okay, the scriptures speak about some they'll come in at the last hour. Okay, so they really didn't have any works of faith, but they still received salvation. Okay, but anyway, I'm pretty much going to call that the lesson there. With that being said, I want to say shalom.